why don't you pass to the studio one time? So and I was in Adabaka and then they were in Tesama. So almost every time I found myself in their studio working back and forth and all that. So we created this Limelight Crew clique, individual artists, but we were together, you know. So we're like up and down. You find us at Face of Legon or some beach part carnival here and there. We're trying to, you know, put ourselves together. And then first season of Mentor came, passed by. Then I was telling one of the guys that, telling him that, Charlie, yo, you know, if one would break, all of us would break. I think this mental thing would be a good idea. Let's go and just see how we. A Lumba song or a Furan sign, those kind of vibe and all that. You're not doing tree high life ish, ish kind of vibe. Nobody would really listen to you. So it was very difficult to get our songs to be played on radio. So I was like, well, if you blow up and everybody is asking, where's your song? You know, it's much better than going knocking on doors and nobody's opening. So why don't we just try and get some fame for ourselves? So Mentor came. I went for Kumasi auditions. They were looking for 4 people. They were looking for 3 people, and then I was 4th in the 3. So I was like, nah. So I moved on to Takoradi. That was when I made it in the final 3.
So the first time you didn't qualify?
Yeah, my first audition was in Kumasi. I didn't make it. Wow. 4 was myself, Becca, and Obolo. No, it was myself, Obolo, Sandy, and Rose, who was we called her Tico. You know, so just the 4 of us. So I didn't make it, and then a standby C was already there. I had moved on to Takoradi. So when Becca later on dropped, then they brought in C. Yeah, so I made it through Takoradi, and then Mentor began.
Then you met again. Yeah. So being, let me say, not qualifying from Kumasi and seeing these people qualify before you and getting your entry from Takoradi, do you have any sensation that, okay, what if I don't make it?
No, what happened was when I went to Kumasi, you know, it's like an experience. I got to understand what they really want. Or what they wanted. So I was like, okay, this is what they really want. This is actually what they're looking for. So let me give them what they want. So by the time I'm going to Takoradi, I'm already prepared.
Vamped up.
Yeah. So when I got there, unfortunately for me to, the judges had already seen me. So
and I'm sure they'll say, you're here again.
There's a form of, there's a certain level of likeness already. Because if you're looking for 3 people and I was 4th, which means I was that good to qualify throughout all of these people.
Also meant you were determined.
Exactly. So they saw me, they were like, oh, you're back again. Huh? So I came and I gave them something much better. So I knew that definitely this top 3.
So which song won you the slot? Them. Yeah, I know, because I mean, this is open truth. They would actually take offering after the church offering to make money to vote for their church to win. Were you from such a church, or you just had to win the hearts of people?
I'd say family supported me a lot. Church also supported me a lot, you know. But whilst in the house, we were taught something that, look, the audience are not even half to a percentage of the people who are actually going to vote for us. There are thousands of people out there. So our communication should be more appealing to the people watching us than the people in the studio. Because you know, the vibe in the studio is always different from
you might be carried away
and all that. So we must make sure that we are giving the people out there something. So if even you are voting 3 times for Prince, you love him, you want to vote for Prince because probably he's your church member or something. And you go like, oh, make I give me one. Oh, I like Joe. Let me give him one. You understand? So I was trying as much as possible to appeal to the masses that are out there, because like I said before, my main aim in getting into the competition was to actually get people's attention to know that there's an artist like this, so that at the end of the day, because I'm looking at this being my career, I want to live this musical career for the rest of my life. So I knew that Mentor was a step. You understand? So what I did was that I was doing everything to get the people out there ready for me. So when the show is over and I drop a song, they'll be like, oh, that's the guy, that's that guy's song. You understand? In fact, one of the secrets that I had is that make it to the finals.
Okay.
Not necessarily winning, but make it to the finals. Because if you are evicted, you can be forgotten. I know there are a lot of people who were in Mentor, we were about 15 or 12. Or well, more than that, because 3 in all of these regions. So if we're that many, it means that what happened to all of those people? I'm sure you've forgotten all of these names and all that. Yeah. So make it to the finals. If you can make it to the finals, definitely your face, your name will ring a bell. If even you don't win. So that was my main aim, get to the finals. So I was doing everything possible to please the people out there who would vote for me to, get to the finals.
You eventually got to the finals. Yeah. When you got to the final, so what became your next desire?
I just couldn't wait to get to the studio to release the single.
You were not even thinking about winning.
No. Because you see, when the National Theatre, all right, and which was bigger than Studio B, TV3 Studio B, and look, the whole place was full, all right, and immediately my name was mentioned. I could hear a lot of people chanting, a lot of people excited, see me perform. So I realized that, look, these are people who are hungry to have their homes. You understand? As my own song, as my own artist. So I was like, wow, this is beautiful. So in fact, that day I just wanted to enjoy. Right? So I wasn't disappointed. I know a lot of people were disappointed because they felt I should win and all that. But I felt that, look, the only consolation prize I could give to these people is to make sure that Mentor wouldn't be the end for me. You know, so for me, I was just excited to have all of these people behind me.
So Mentor indeed was not the end for you. After Mentor, you craved more. You craved to go beyond the borders of Ghana. You went into Project Fame in Nigeria. I mean, Joe, this is Ghana. We're about 27 million people. Why to the 100 millions? Were you not scared? Who did you know in Nigeria? That's what my grandmother will ask you. When will be your home? I mean, let's be real.
Well, but the funny thing is that my mom is actually Nigerian.
Is it?
Yeah, my mom is Nigerian.
Okay.
Yeah, so...
you felt like you were going home?
Before?
You felt like you were going home.
Exactly. And one crazy part was that where the first studio that we did Project Fame, where it was located, it wasn't too far from our family home in Nigeria.
Oh.
So I had a couple of people coming to watch me. I remember seeing one man that looked like my mom. I was like, hey, how can this man look like my mom? And on the finals, he was there. My mom was also around. So when we finished, my mom introduced me to him. I was like, I knew you. No,
there had to be some sort of a connection.
So, yeah, I was like, So week in, week out, I had family coming in to watch me. And the same idea, like I said, the kind of sound we were doing was more cross-border sound. It wasn't too Ghanaian.
Yeah.
It was a sound that we couldn't limit it to Ghana. Okay, so I felt that Project Fame, I had been following Project Fame for some time. It was actually called Fame Academy. It was held in the UK before. We have one Nigerian guy who he was actually born in the UK and all that. He's called Lemar. Lemar was part of Fame Academy in the UK. They had Dari was second. Then they did one in Eastern Africa. Then MTN Nigeria bought the franchise to do the West African version, okay, where the English-speaking countries in West Africa would be brought together to actually do that. So my season, we had Liberia, Sierra Leone, Ghana, Nigeria, four countries.
How was that experience?
It was beautiful. It was beautiful. It was like a mentor on a bigger stage.
Okay.
All right. Because like you said, because we were few, we did things due to what we were. You understand? Our numbers. But they knew there were many, first of all, and then it was something that was being viewed by the rest of Africa. And because it was on satellite too, the rest of the world could watch it too. So it was that much of a big of a deal. So it was more or less like mentor on a bigger scale. We had other professionals with different mindsets when it comes to music. So it was a huge deal, matter of fact. In fact, I had not seen anything like that before. We didn't have watches. We couldn't tell the time. We were just in the academy. All we had to do was to obey the bell.
Okay.
The first bell, you rise, go to the gym. The next bell, go shower, take breakfast. The next bell, your principal comes. Next bell, next bell is voice coach, then music director, then lunch. Just like that.
Yeah. So it was a whole life on its own.
Exactly. So it was a different world altogether. And finding different creative people coming together from all over Africa, all over West Africa, it was beautiful. It was beautiful learning from all of these people, from Praise, Yaya, from Caroline, from Soprier, from Annette, all of these people.
And most of you ended up well.
Yeah.
With great career and all of that. You came back home with a car. And I remember the first time I saw the car, I said, Joe, how did you bring that car to Ghana? I mean, it was like a joke. Because during Mentor, if you're the ultimate, you get a car and all of that. And you actually went to Nigeria and came back with a car.
Yeah. Toyota was also part of the sponsors. So they were the ones giving the car.
Okay.
And definitely we have Toyota Ghana. So,
so you
all they had to do was to talk to Toyota Ghana.
Just call and...
Yeah, so I was there when Toyota Ghana called me that the car was ready for me, so I just went for it.
So you just went for it. But that experience, did it get into your head? Did it change you a little? It
scared me. Most people didn't know that. It scared me. Yeah. In fact, I was so scared that even my money, I wasn't keeping money. If I had money and maybe we are going to the studio, like my friends, we are all going together, and I couldn't keep the money. I gave it to them to keep. When we come back home, whatever is left, I'll take it and put it back.
How much money did you bring back home?
It was 1.5 million naira, which was a little over $10,000 then.
Okay.
Yeah.
For a young man?
Yeah. So it scared me. You
didn't want to have anything to do with it?
It's scary. I remember, I wasn't drinking, I wasn't smoking or anything. When we go out and, they say, Charlie, boys, maybe we're going to Afro. So we're in the VIP and then they set the table and all kinds of drinks are all over the place and all that. And I just pick an energy drink and I'm just drinking. Then you just see me, I just choke. So they call me Nine Nuni. That's gone. Meaning Ni, I don't know my dear. Like that kind of stuff. So they always tease me, you are always wasting our money. They waste money, challenges and all that, So yeah. Because of how I grew up, keeping to myself and all that. So that experience was a bit too big for me. It was too huge for me. So it scared me. A lot of people didn't know that. It scared me. So in fact, I had people who thought I was too known. This guy thinks, what? But they didn't know that I was afraid to come out. So you find me walking and I'll intentionally put headphones or earphones on and open up the volume so I wouldn't hear anything. I wouldn't hear anybody call me because when you call me, I don't know what to say. You understand? I remember one time I was passing in front of a house in Adabaka and one lady just shouted. Then I hadn't gone to Project Fame. This lady shouted, "Hey, Joe!" Then I stopped. I said, "Hey!" Like she was saying it in Ghana. "You are passing, eh? You are passing. You come and greet me. You come and greet me. Do you know how many times I've voted for you? Do you know how many times I've voted for you?" Now, initially, I thought she was joking. But when she got closer, I realized that she was actually furious. You know, the way the show was created, it was created in such a way that if even at home, you felt like you knew this person personally. Person. You understand? So the person felt so offended. So it was her friend who came to take her away. She was that offended. Did
you apologize?
I didn't know what I was just I didn't know what to say. So I just there like that. I just know. Then the friend was like, "Oh, me feeling what? I don't know if you. Just took her away. And that thing has happened to me twice. Another one, the same thing in Tema. Okay, so I realized that it was that crazy for me. So sometimes I deliberately tried. So if I have earphones on, or you go like, "Oh, maybe I'll hear you," so you can't really hear me.
But you're just trying to protect yourself.
Yeah, I was just trying to avoid all of these things.
Wow. So were you really like bad? Because after some time, you just went quiet. Nobody knew what you were doing. Nobody heard anything from you. And suddenly it was out that you had actually switched and you were doing more ministry work, working for God.
Yeah.
How did that happen? Was there a switch, or you've always been a boy for God?
It was always coming. Okay. I think I should rather be wondering, how did I even end up doing secular music? You understand? Because like I said, my whole life was home church school. And in school, I was in the school choir. Okay. And we had an a cappella group too.
Okay.
So everywhere I passed, I was singing gospel music. You understand? So until I met that clique, that we decided to do different kinds of music. Okay. That was when I was like, oh, then I could just do anything at all. All right. In fact, the year before I went to mentor, I had just completed. No, it was in the same year. I had just completed my first year in local preacher school. I had passed, about to move on to the second year, then to Trinity College. Like by now, I'm overseeing some Methodist church somewhere.
Somewhere.
all of my colleagues that I went with, today they have their own Methodist churches they are overseeing and all that. So. That was what I was looking at, all right, before going into music like that. So it was always coming. So I remember that after Project Fame, I was, preparing to release my first album in 2012, and I was signed on to a US-based record label. So everything was on. Like they had built my own website for me and all that. Everything was in place, and then for about I think for about a year, I was beginning to feel very empty. Look, so empty that I remember when Movado came to Ghana, I was one of the artists that performed on stage, and when I was performing Sunshine, and it got to the chorus, the whole stadium, everybody was singing the song, and when I finished, I was the only artist that when I finished, Bolare wanted to talk to me on stage too at the same time. I was so excited about the song. Okay, so we spoke a little on stage and all that, but yet still, I didn't feel fulfilled. No matter how big and beautiful it seemed, I still felt very empty. So I was wondering, what's actually going on with me? I was confused. I didn't know what was happening to me, but I knew something was terribly wrong. I tried everything. I was like, I was even trying to see I have people who had approached me that, look, this thing that you're doing, you need to get something to back you. Get something to back you. And I was thinking of going to them to agree and all that, because I felt empty. I want something to. It was like I felt empty. I want to be filled. That kind of a vibe, So all of these things were just coming into my head. I remember visiting the church. The pastor, after the service, the pastor prayed for me in his office. And when I was going home, one of the associate pastors got closer to me and said that when we were praying, he saw something that he saw that my one leg was here, my one leg was here. But God is asking me to make a decision.
Stand attention.
Now I knew what he was talking about. So I just smiled. Kofi launched his first single, Minsaka, at Royal House. He invited me. When I left Royal House on my way home, someone called me and was like, he was looking for me. Said, I was looking for you. I didn't find you. And I was like, oh, I'm already on my way. I was like, oh, okay. When I was singing, he saw something, wanted to tell me. And what he wanted to tell me was that I have been called and I need to actually do that. I was like, oh, okay. I still didn't take it serious. I didn't know that that was where God was actually sending me to. So in about a month, first I saw a vision that I was standing out and then this huge wind was blowing and was destroying everything. Roofs were going off, billboards, strong billboards were breaking like simple cards, being like just everything was just being scattered all around. And I was shocked that like these strong buildings were being destroyed that much. Then all of a sudden I saw this light coming down. Now you see when you have a torchlight and you switch on the torchlight, it's bright in the middle and then there's a ray around it. So that ray around it was approaching. So you could see that there's a brighter light about to come. But just that ray, anywhere it touched, everything was coming back. Like the way we watch on videos where they rewind stuff. So everything was, so if this thing fell, was reversing, was being fixed again. So everywhere the light touched, everything was just being fixed. But it was nicer than it was before. So it was being fixed, Then all of a sudden I came out of the vision and I was afraid. I was like, end time, Jesus is coming though. I was afraid. Then I was with my brother in Dansoman. So he took me to their pastor. Then I told him about the vision. Then he was like, I love something that the man did so much. You know, these days you see visions and stuff, and then you go and meet a pastor who's been in the calling for virtually all his life, and then they feel they must tell you something. But this man didn't understand what I told him. Then he said, okay, kneel down, let me pray for you. Then he anointed my head and he said, whatever that God has shown me, he's praying that God will give me the wisdom to understand what I have seen. So
he didn't try to be a superman of God at that moment.
We want to try and understand something. Okay, this thing, it is the that, and your mother and your father from some. No. He just didn't get it. He was honest about it. He rather prayed for me. So I remember one time I was there. I was about to share this thing with someone. Then all of a sudden, I just began. That was the first time I began hearing things. And all of a sudden, then God began to open my heart to understand what I had seen. Then God told me that what I was seeing was actually me. I was seeing the beautiful building. I was seeing the billboard. I was out there. Now, I've placed myself in a very vulnerable place where the devil can do any and everything to me. Then he said, look, the wind doesn't blow long, yet it destroys a lot. You never find the wind blowing for 30 minutes, 20 minutes, just some few minutes. And when it is done, that's destroyed a lot of stuff. And he said that the devil behind him. So he doesn't need much. All he needs is you to be vulnerable and available for him to destroy. So he came in to destroy that much. Then the light that I saw was God and his love. If only I can trust him, he's going to make it better and even better than it was before. So that was what I was seeing. So I began to feel more fulfilled in understanding. So I began to lay back. So I called my people in the US that I think I want to do a gospel album. And they were like, oh, we've already started something. Let's finish it and all that. So I began to tell myself that, okay, then let me, God, I began bargaining with God. God, don't worry. Let me do this one. Let me just drop this album. I drop I'm not go do I'm go do I'm make no fear. Go do fear, you know. So the final one was when another vision came. But this time I saw Prophet TB Joshua. Now, this is a man I've never watched his. I've not watched him on TV even before. I had Emmanuel TV on the decoder that I was using, but I've never watched it before. I don't even know how his church looks like or anything. But I saw myself in the church, and I saw that I was standing in a row where he was ministering. I've not watched him on TV even before. I had Emmanuel TV on the decoder that I was using, but I've never watched it before. I don't even know how his church looks like or anything. But I saw myself in the church, and I saw that I was standing in a row where he was ministering. I've not watched him on TV even before. I had Emmanuel TV on the decoder that I was using, but I've never watched it before. I don't even know how his church looks like or anything. But I saw myself in the church, and I saw that I was standing in a row where he was ministering. I've not watched him on TV even before. I had Emmanuel TV on the decoder that I was using, but I've never watched it before. I don't even know how his church looks like or anything. But I saw myself in the church, and I saw that I was standing in a row where he was ministering. I've not watched him on TV even before. I had Emmanuel TV on the decoder that I was using, but I've never watched it before. I don't even know how his church looks like or anything. But I saw myself in the church, and I saw that I was standing in a row where he was ministering. I've not watched him on TV even before. I had Emmanuel TV on the decoder that I was using, but I've never watched it before. I don't even know how his church looks like or anything. But I saw myself in the church, and I saw that I was standing in a row where he was ministering. I've not watched him on TV even before. I had Emmanuel TV on the decoder that I was using, but I've never watched it before. I don't even know how his church looks like or anything. But I saw myself in the church, and I saw that I was standing in a row where he was ministering. I've not watched him on TV even before. I had Emmanuel TV on the decoder that I was using, but I've never watched it before. I don't even know how his church looks like or anything. But I saw myself in the church, and I saw that I was standing in a row where he was ministering. I've not watched him on TV even before. I had Emmanuel TV on the decoder that I was using, but I've never watched it before. I don't even know how his church looks like or anything. But I saw myself in the church, and I saw that I was standing in a row where he was ministering. And I left. The friend came to her and told her that, oh, I said, why? She said, just because we were talking, you know. So she I've not watched him on TV even before. I had Emmanuel TV on the decoder that I was using, but I've never watched it before. Told me in the face that, oh, you are not even a Christian, you be 50-50. A Christian telling me that I'm 50-50, which I find weird.
Awkward.
Because it's not possible. There's no gray. It's either black or white. You can't be in the middle. You understand? So if he was a true Christian, he would know this.
And he wouldn't even say that.
You understand? So I was more worried for him because I was like, you've been here longer than I have been. How come? This is basic. You should know that there's nothing. You can't be you can't be for God and be for the devil. You're only fooling yourself. God doesn't recognize you immediately. You are being for. In fact, God says that in this end time, if you are bad, be bad. If you are good, be good.
Be good.
You understand? Because truth is, there's nothing like, oh, let me do devil small, let me do God small. No. You understand? So I was shocked when I heard all of these kinds of things, you know, and because of where I come from, I still have all of my people as friends. So I'm still friends with Samini, I'm still friends with Iwan, I'm still friends with Akwaboa, whoever. All of these people, they are still my friends I vibe with. If today I should meet Akwaboa, I'll take a picture with him. So meet my brother Akwaboa. They will see that and they'll go like, we are telling you know. So it's not been easy. Yeah, it's not been easy. Initially, it was very hard for me because I was worried that these are the people that I thought will be helping me and all that.
To carry you along.
Then God asked me a question that, who do you think crucified Christ? Now, do you know that it wasn't the devil that did that? I mean, like, physically.
Yeah.
It was the church that took Christ to the authorities that this man has broken our rule and per our rules when you actually do these things, crucifixion. Yeah. You understand? So they took him to the authorities. It wasn't some unbeliever. It was the church. In fact, the heads of the church came together and took him. So he said, so I should know that as a Christian, your greatest persecution will come from your own people. So I should rather be strong. And I should remember the promises that he has made for me. So I remember one time, there was something that someone said. When God gave me a song called Love, when I was writing the song, first verse came and bridge to last verse came, but second verse could not come. I prayed, I can't hear anything. You know, before I started writing anything gospel, there was a time that I was praying, and then God told me to go into my room and read Psalm 71. So when I opened Psalm 71, I was trying to read Psalm 71. I began to sing Psalm 71. Since then, I wasn't like before again. Like before, I could just pick my guitar and anything will come. Since then, I can't write until I hear. So first verse came, and then
the bridge
to the last verse came. My second verse was not coming. I prayed. I was wondering what was going on and all that. So God said, them should be on the song. I didn't mind. I was like, okay, no problem. But before I called him, he began to show me stuff about Adam. And I called him. And I told him, I've seen this, and that. He said, oh, yeah, it's true, bro. Yeah. So we started vibing on that level. So when the song came, and I gave it to him, he was ready for it. He got in the studio, and we did the song together. So when I released the song, then I had some Christians coming at me. Gospel and a secular musician. Look at this boy, look at this and that and that and all that and things. And after featuring him, grab, we'll see what he's still doing and this and that and that and all that. And I was like, look, me, when I finished Mentor, in one of the ICGCs, Reverend Ismaila, myself and Kofi were kneeling down. He anointed me. He said, God has called you. Right after anointing, I went to the studio to go and do Baby, I Love You, Baby, I Love You. You understand? So, as for God has called you, I've heard it. But when it was time, there was nothing I could do about it. You understand? What we can do when we know that people have certain callings upon their lives, pray for these people. You understand? Because it is God that calls into ministry. You understand? And when God calls you into ministry, there's a certain strength that you need to say, yes, Lord, I will. Because it is not easy to let go of all of these things. And you know, this is not something that God will say, okay, take some and leave some. No.
You have to leave
it all and come.
Yeah.
You understand? So I have to go broke, no friends, nothing, all alone. Fortunately for me, I'm already a lonely person already. So
you're used to being lonely.
I'm used to being all by myself already. So it didn't really eat to me when people were not around me. Already, I don't like too many people around me. So when people were not around me, it was quite normal.
And that moment gives you the time to think.
Exactly. So I began to
re-strategize.
Exactly. I began to understand my calling even. Mm-hmm. I began to understand what I've been called for, where I am going, the kind of calling that I have. And all of us, the kind of calling we have, it comes with its own challenges. You understand? The kind of calling that I have is different from the kind of calling that you have. Mm-hmm. So the challenges you face will be different from the challenges that I will face. So I need to understand my calling. So I began to understand my calling. So I remember one time someone even, when I released the Edem song, someone said something to me and I was crying. I was like, God, why? What is this? Then God said, did I not tell you that they will do these things? Mm-hmm. And I said, yes. In fact, some of them word by word, what I heard them say. Like, I tell you, they say, yes. And I said, okay, have I not told you that with you, I will do these great things? I said, okay, so if these things have come to pass, those great things me on that either. So I was like, cool, no problem. So anytime I hear these things, all I say that, well, I thank God for prophecies are being fulfilled.
Yeah. It's been amazing. And one can tell the maturity that has come. You're like you've been doing this forever. And I'm really happy that we saw your humble beginning and we are now seeing the man you have become. So I'll urge you to keep doing you. Don't stop it. Whenever you start, they will talk. Let them talk. You know the voice you've heard. You know where God is pushing you. Just do it. I'll share this funny one. When I was starting this show, people told me, it's too Christian. It's not like, So anytime they said that, I would say to myself, that is what you think. So they'll say that, I just smile in their face. When they go, I'm like, that's what you think. That's what you think. And here we are now. So if it's really the Spirit of the Lord that is directing and talking to you, what any other person says doesn't matter.
And he has been faithful. He has been so faithful. One of the things that he told me to do was not to attach money to ministry. So when the ministry work that I do, I don't take money for it. So all the places you see me go minister and all of that, I don't charge them for anything.
He would always provide
sometimes,
your needs.
Exactly. Sometimes I'm like, hey, this going that I'm going, how will I come? And God says, go. I'll go there and I'll meet a friend who's going exactly my way. He'll come home and come and drop me. And I'll go like, thank you, Jesus. So at the end of the day, he has fulfilled what he wants to fulfill. Yeah. All I need to do is to be available so I can do his work.
It has been awesome. Thank you very much for coming to share. And I know it's not easy, but God, who has given you this mantle, will give you the strength and the resources for it. Okay. Sure. So before you leave, I have something very little for you to take home. It's coming from our sponsor, Yas, and they're giving you a package to take home. And Hooch Conflict is also giving you another bag to take home.
Nice. Wow.
So more conflicts things, eh? Thank you very much, Nana. Nice. So this one is from Yas. Yes.
Wow.
A lot of goodies. Yeah. And this is from Hooch. So we can give our little princess the exercise books so she can read. Yes.
She did very well in exams. So she was second actually. So.
Hey, ice cream on the way. Well, it has been another interesting episode, and I know young ones who are into ministry and are confused about their calling, Nee's story will give you the strength to move on. If God has not trusted you, you would not be called to do certain things. So just trust in him, that he who has found that special thing in you will see you through till the end. Thank you to La Palm Royal Beach Hotel, Special Ice and Special Malt, Yas Washing Powder and Yas Sanitary Pad, Hoochcon and Choco Flakes to GTP, thank you. Ophelia of ABS Collection, thank you for my outfit. Roji One Hair Studio at Kokompe Eye Clinic, Jemima, thank you very much for my hair. And Afro Chick, we're still delivering. So wherever you are in the world, if you want your natural hair extensions, just call 0202-747464, 0202-747464, and you will surely get your Afro Chick natural hair extensions for your hair to look good for whatever occasion it is. And those of you who keep missing episodes, from season 1 to season 9 is available on YouTube. Just go on YouTube, type Restoration TV GH, is one word, Restoration TV GH, and you can watch all interviews from season 1 till now. And when you do, kindly subscribe so that every time new content is out there, you can get the alerts to watch. Thank you very much for supporting us. And always do remember, you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. We'll see you next week.
Welcome to the end of the tunnel. I see a bright light shining through, and it's just for you. There is hope for the tired and weary. Open your eyes and you will see the perfect friend in me. Restoration. Restoration. It's easy.
Excursions Club Young Students International Travel Program presents the 10-day summer vacation 2019 to Orlando, Florida, USA. Tours include Disney World, Universal Studios, and the Kennedy Space Center. Register now at any UBA branch nationwide. For only $2,850, you get to cover air travel, accommodation, ground transport, feeding, and tour tickets. For more information, please call us on 026-455-7045 or 026-455-7044. Registration deadline is on the 31st of May 2019. Terms and conditions apply.
Are you an unemployed trained teacher looking for a job? Call Schools Alliance now. Are you a proprietor of a school looking for qualified trained teachers to hire? Call Schools Alliance now. For all your recruitment solutions, call Schools Alliance now on 030-297-1567. Schools Alliance, Education Support Systems. TGS, Tommy Walker Ministries, and the New Song Worship Ministry presents Sweet Aroma 19. With the theme, Embracing His Glory. A week-long celebration of faith and music through concerts, workshops, and outreaches featuring Tommy Walker, all the way from Los Angeles, California, USA.
He knows my name.
And a 40-member Belmont University Chorale from Belmont University, Nashville, Tennessee, USA. Desiree Ramaila, Johannesburg, South Africa. Jerry Omoli, Lagos, Nigeria. And New Song Youth, Accra, Ghana. New song, there's no wahala. Only hallelujah. And hosted by Michael Griffiths and the New Song Band. You told me they will follow me. There will be 3 musical concerts, training and workshops for worship leaders, gospel recording artists, and church musicians. The date is the 7th to the 14th of May 2019 at multiple venues including the First Love Church, East Legon, Accra, Winners Chapel, Ghana, Circle, Accra, Watered Garden, Dansoman, Accra, Logos Rima, La, Accra, and the New Song Center, Accra. For registration, call 026-242-2949 now. Partners include Sunny FM, Family TV, Family Radio Online, www.michaelgriffithsmusic.com. Sweet Aroma 19, Embracing His Glory. Are you an unemployed trained teacher looking for a job? Call Schools Alliance now. Proprietor of a school looking for qualified trained teachers to hire. Call Schools Alliance now. For all your recruitment solutions, call Schools Alliance now on 030-297-1567. Schools Alliance, Education Support Systems. TGS, Tommy Walker Ministries, and the New Song Worship Ministry presents Sweet Aroma 19 with the theme Embracing His Glory. A week-long celebration of faith and music through concerts, workshops, and outreaches featuring Tommy Walker, all the way from Los Angeles, California, USA.
He knows my name.
And a 40-member Belmont University Chorale from Belmont University, Nashville, Tennessee, USA. Desiree Ramaila, Johannesburg, South Africa. Jerry Omoli, Lagos, Nigeria. And New Song Youth, Accra, Ghana. New song, there's no wahala. Only hallelujah. And hosted by Michael Griffiths and the New Song Band. You told me they will follow me. There will be 3 musical concerts, training and workshops for worship leaders, gospel recording artists, and church musicians. The date is the 7th to the 14th of May, 2019, at multiple venues including the First Love Church, East Legon, Accra, Winners Chapel, Ghana, Circle, Accra, Watered Garden, Dansoman, Accra, Logos Rima, La, Accra, and the New Song Center, Accra. For registration, call 026-242-2949 now. Partners include Sunny FM, Family TV, Family Radio Online, www.michaelgriffithsmusic.com. Sweet Aroma 19, Embracing His Glory.
God doesn't write us off when we make mistakes. God doesn't cancel our destiny because we've taken a few detours. Some of you today, you're kind of down on yourself because you're not where you thought you'd be in life. You've made some poor choices. But just like God specifically called Peter's name, He's calling your name today.
Well, I've got something to tell you, and hope you're ready for listen. Searched all eternity, from the ends of the earth to the depth of the sea, higher up above. Your love is greater. Should the love we sing about is the love of God. You must say, but the bang, bang, bang.
Can nobody do me like the way you do?
For real, man.
Oh Lord,
now
Jesus, you're the lover.
You are the love, you are the
lover of my soul. Come on, everybody, help me say,
bang, bang, bang.
Do me like the way you do me, Jesus, you're the lover of my soul. Can nobody do me, do me like the way, the way you do. Oh Lord, Jesus, you're the lover of my soul. Oh yeah, when you hold me tight, oh yeah,
hold me tight in your arms,
everything's alright.
Protect I and I from the steps of the enemy.
My world it turns around. Lord, in you I'm found.
In you I'm found, in you I'm found.
You wrap me in your arms, safe from every harm. How you calm my soul. Oh yeah,
out of His mercy, show.
when you hold me tight, everything is alright.
Wrap me in your arms, oh Lord. Out of
My
mercy.
world it turns around.
Big up to the man them called Jesus.
Lord, in you I'm found.
Him is a great love.
You wrap me in your arms, safe from every harm. How you calm my soul.
Watch out, them. Let me say.
Can nobody do me like the way, do me like the way you do,
King of kings and Lord of lords.
Lord Jesus, the lover of my soul.
Him is a great lover.
Your love is crazy. Oh, crazy. Crazy love. You're the crazy love. Said you give me love, 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 love. Crazy love. Love, 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 love. Crazy love. Crazy. Your love is crazy. Crazy love. You're the
Bless I and I.
Do me like the way you do me. Do me like the way you do. Do me like the way you do. You do. You do. The way you hold me. The way you rock my world.
Can nobody
do me like the way.
No one can love
God doesn't write us off when we make mistakes. God doesn't cancel our destiny because we've taken a few detours. Some of you today, you're kind of down on yourself because you're not where you thought you'd be in life. You've made some poor choices. But just like God specifically called Peter's name, He's calling your name today.
Well, I've got something to tell you, and hope you're ready for listen. Searched all eternity, from the ends of the earth to the depth of the sea, higher up above. Your love is greater. Should the Lord will sing about is the love of God. You must sing, but the bang, bang, bang.
Ain't nobody do me like the way you do.
For real, man.
Oh Lord,
now what was
Jesus, you're the lover.
You are the love. You are
the lover of my soul. Come on, everybody, help me say. My world it turns around. Lord, in you I'm found.
In you I'm found. In you I'm found.
You wrap me in your arms, safe from every harm. How you calm my soul. Oh yeah.
Out of His mercy, show.
When you hold me tight, everything is alright.
Wrap me in your arms, oh Lord.
My world it turns around.
Big up to the man them called Jesus.
Lord, in you I'm found.
Him is a great love.
You wrap me in your arms, safe from every harm. How you calm my soul.
Watch out, yeah. Let me say
nobody do me like the way. Do me like the way you do. You do.
King of kings and Lord of lords.
Lord Jesus, the lover of my soul.
Him is a great lover.
Your love is crazy. Oh, crazy. Crazy love. You're the crazy love. Said you give me love, 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 love. Crazy love. Love, 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 love. Crazy love. Crazy. Your love is crazy. Crazy love. You're the say.
Now what I'm mercy. Bless I and I.
Do me like the way you do me. Do me like the way you do.
Me Calvin the Lord.
Do me like the way you do. You do. You do.
La 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 la.
The way you hold me.
Bang bang bang.
The way you rock my world.
Can nobody
do me like the way.
No one
the
can
way,
love I and I like you love me. See from the rising of the sun to the going down of the same, the name of the Lord must be
The way
praised.
you do
Now,
me.
now that was mercy. Bless I and I.
The way you do me.
Bless I and I.
Nobody can do me like the way.
Praise the name of the Most High. Oh Lord, say, no, 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 no,
God doesn't write us off when we make mistakes. God doesn't cancel our destiny because we've taken a few detours. Some of you today, you're kind of down on yourself because you're not where you thought you'd be in life. You've made some poor choices. But just like God specifically called Peter's name, He's calling your name today.
Well, I've got something to tell you, and hope you're ready for listen. Searched all eternity, from the ends of the earth to the depth of the sea, higher up above. Your love is greater. Should the love we sing about is the love of God. You must say, but the bang, bang, bang.
Ain't nobody do me like the way you do.
For real, man.
Oh Lord.
Now what was
Jesus, you're the lover.
You are the love, you are the
lover of my soul. Come on, everybody, up and say,
bang, bang, bang.
do me like the way you do me, Jesus, you're the lover of my soul. Can nobody do me, yeah. Do me like the way,
No, bad.
the way you do. Oh Lord, Jesus, you're the lover of my soul. Oh yeah,
Now what was mercy?
when you hold me tight, oh yeah,
Hold me tight in your arms, Lord.
everything's alright.
God doesn't write us off when we make mistakes. God doesn't cancel our destiny because we've taken a few detours. Some of you today, you're kind of down on yourself because you're not where you thought you'd be in life. You've made some poor choices. But just like God specifically called Peter's name, He's calling your name today.
Well, I've got something to tell you, and hope you're ready for listen. Searched all eternity, from the ends of the earth to the depth of the sea, higher up above. Your love is greater. Should the Lord we sing about is the love of God. You must sing, but bang, bang, bang.
Can nobody do me like the way you do?
For real, man.
Oh Lord,
now the
Jesus, you're the lover.
You are the love. You are the
lover of my soul. Come on, everybody, help me say.
Protect I and I from the steps of the enemy.
My world it turns around. Lord, in you I'm found.
In you I'm found. In you I'm found.
You wrap me in your arms, safe from every harm. How you calm my soul. Oh yeah.
I would have His mercy. Show.
When you hold me tight. Everything is alright.
Wrap me in your arms, O Lord.
My world it turns around.
Big up to the man them called Jesus.
Lord, in you I'm found.
Him is a great love.
You wrap me in your arms, safe from every harm. How you calm my soul.
Watch out, let us say
your love is crazy. Oh, crazy. Crazy love. You're the crazy love. Said you give me love, 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 love. Crazy love. Love, 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 love. Crazy love. Crazy. Your love is crazy. Crazy love. You're body of me. Say.
Now what I'm in bless I and I.
Do me like the way you do me. Do me like the way.
God doesn't write us off when we make mistakes. God doesn't cancel our destiny because we've taken a few detours. Some of you today, you're kind of down on yourself because you're not where you thought you'd be in life. You've made some poor choices. But just like God specifically called Peter's name, He's calling your name today.
Well, I've got something to tell you, and hope you're ready for listen. Searched all eternity, from the ends of the earth to the depth of the sea, higher up above. Your love is greater. Should the love we sing about is the love of God. You must say, bang, bang, bang.